Number 10 on the points list for the Derby in 2019, Haikal goes out for Kieran McLaughlin, goes out for Shadwell Stable. He's a homebred for Shadwell Farm. This is a horse that, again, and most of these horses, they're clearly talented horses if they're showing up for the Kentucky Derby, but very talented. He's done nothing wrong through 5 lifetime starts. 3 times a winner, a runner-up once, and a third-place finisher on one occasion. That third-place finish most recently came in the Wood Memorial. The interesting thing about a horse like Haikal, and I can almost echo everything I just said about Code of Honor, who is number 9 on the Derby points list, that I can say about Haikal, where if the pace is hot and preferably a one turn, he's going to come with a giant finish, as he did 2 starts back in that Gotham, where the pace was just ballistic off the charts. He comes from the back of the pack, mows them all down late. They try to stretch him out to 2 turns for the first time at 1.125 miles. This is the Wood Memorial. Now keep in mind, there was absolute bumper cars early on in this race. He was actually one of the few horses that got out of this thing pretty well unscathed, where there was no sort of bumping and banging for him. He was pretty clean throughout most of this. He was well behind a hot pace. You're going to see him back here. He's going to be in the blue silks with sort of the white stripes on the cap. He's splitting horses now. The pace, again, has been very, very hot. Now, he's going to finish with some interest, don't get me wrong. But it does make me wonder a little bit. He took advantage of the pace situation in this race as well, and theoretically he would have that to work in his advantage for the Kentucky Derby as well. You would think that the pace is going to be pretty quick in that race. And you see him, he's continuing on. He's trying. It's not as though he's just plugging along. But I do wonder again about distance. Is this really what he wants to do? Or is he going to be better going shorter? The main reason I bring that up, his half-brother is Takaful, who won the Grade 1 Vosburg. He was a sprinter through and through. His distances got longer. He didn't necessarily get better. You look at it again from a pace situation. In this race, granted, he was one of the only horses that was anywhere near a 13-second final 1/8 of a mile, which again, if you are sort of just looking forward and trying to project another 1/8 of a mile, if it gets him close to that 26-second range. But boy, with him being as far back as he is, finishing in 26, I think that's probably good enough for a minor award at best, and that might even be a little bit of a stretch. You really need to have something in the tank. You really need to be finishing well, but also have a little bit of tactical ability, not have to come from 50 out of it. And you'll look and see the way that this race was run. Sure, these 2 horses, they were relatively close, but I think Tacitus and Tax are both much better suited for the distance, especially from a running style standpoint, than a horse like Haikal is. I think he's very talented. I can almost, again, say the exact same thing I said about Code of Honor. I think from a talent standpoint, they're both right there. They deserve to be here in the Kentucky Derby. I don't know that this is actually where you're going to see their best. I think you might see their best when they turn them back to 1 turn, when you get some pace to run at in a sprint race and they can come rolling from the back of the pack, whether it's at Saratoga, whether it's a 1-turn mile at the end of the year in a race like the Cigar Mile at Aqueduct. I'm not knocking the horse. He's just another one that from a wagering standpoint, from a 1.25 mile standpoint, I don't know that. I feel like he's had basically everything go his way in each of these past 2 races. I don't know that A, that's going to happen in the Derby, and B, is the distance really what he wants? He should get pace, but does he really want to go 10 furlongs? Maybe you agree or disagree. Leave the comments beneath in the YouTube section beneath the video player. But to me, that additional ground with horses like Haikal, with horses like Code of Honor, there's going to be some more that we talk about here in these upcoming pods. Just not convinced that additional ground is necessarily going to be their friend, especially an extra 1/8 going 1.25 miles. Haikal, very talented, no denying that. Goes out for great connections at Kieran McLaughlin. 1.25 miles, I'm just very, very dubious of that. I'd love to see him turn back at some point, but who knows? Been wrong before. Maybe I'll be wrong again. We'll find out if he can handle 1.25 miles here in 12 days' time.